Hi, this is Michael Wong here. I'm an Australian lawyer and a registered migration agent. Today, I'm not going to cover migration law in Australia. However, the topic I'm going to cover today might be uncomfortable to some people. So if you feel that you're uncomfortable when you listen to it, you may just skip it. Today, I'm going to talk about the bullying in Australia or in the world, and particularly about the sexual assault, sexual harassment, and sexual discrimination in Australia. So why I would like to talk about it? Because I read the news, a piece of news talking about a bunch of boys on the bus gave some misogynistic comment about the March for Justice happened in March. On the same bus, there's another boys who record the comment, and on the same bus, there's a whole bunch of ladies who felt uncomfortable about the comment that those boys made. The boy sent the recording to the private school. What I would like to raise out is not so important this one, however, the whole series of events happens after that will be alarming. On the second day of the event, a former student of that private school actually talked about what happened to her and what she experienced in the school when she was in the school. And she reported to the teacher and the official of the school. However, she found that the school does not pay much attention in it. I believe the news spread out, and in UK same thing happened. And it reminds me when I was young in high school in Hong Kong, something similar happened to me as well. I was not bullied, however, my friend bullied the girl. He was asked to leave the school. I believe it happened everywhere in the world. So it's not only the issue in Australia, but also around the world. As a lawyer, I'm not in a good position to talk about those things. However, I would like to talk about the sex education in Australia and the law about the sexual violence, including the sexual assault, sexual discrimination, and sexual harassment. First, we're going to talk about the sex education first. I think in Australia, the sex education is still remained in a stage that to teach you how to protect yourself during the sexual activities, including you have to have safe sex activity, not to be pregnant or be transmitted sexual transmitted disease. However, as what the private school principal said, it's very important in the sex education in Australia include two main areas, including the mutual respect during a relationship and the mutual consent for some sort of activity. I believe they're interrelated, they're not standalone. And it also leads to the concept of consent in different areas of law, including the sexual offences for sexual assault, sexual harassment, and sexual discrimination. I believe sexual assault is not very common, but it's very well known. For example, rape, sexual assault. In the past, we call it indecent assault. However, for sexual harassment, it's very minor. People might just ignore it. Sexual assault, including the comment you made that makes other people not happy or unpleasant, including just saying that like this fat lady, this fat man. If the audience of this comment feel unpleasant, they are entitled to sue you for sexual harassment. So it's very minor thing that can raise or amount to sexual harassment, and it can be penalized, it can be punished, it can bring you to the court. So you have to remember to be aware what you have said to avoid the sexual harassment, or make sure you do something about some sort of sexual activity. You have get consent. In some other videos, we talk about the sexual assault within a relationship, even the marriage relationship. It's because it's without consent, it's called rape. So we have to talk about it. I would like to raise out that in Australia, the law regarding the sexual harassment, sexual assault, and sexual discrimination is well known and is well developed, and it can be penalized. However, because for rape, for sexual assault, for sexual harassment, they are all criminal. In some circumstances, it's very hard to prove the offense because the onus of proof or the standard of proof in criminal offenses is quite high. You have to prove it without beyond a reasonable doubt. So if you find and you believe that in criminal law you can't be protected from those activities or those behavior, you can seek help from other areas. For example, a lawyer can help you to apply for intervention order to prevent someone from doing some sort of activities on you. For example, they will be restrained to approach you within a certain areas, certain distance. It can be very effective way to protect you. Or the law can help you or can provide you an avenue to have a mediation with those who bully you or assault you. However, when I say mediation, it has to be consent by both parties. So if one party is not, or one party does not consent to the mediation would not be established. So an intervention order might be a very effective way to protect you. Lastly, I would like to say that if you are the victim or you believe believe you're the victim of sexual assault, sexual harassment, or sexual discrimination, please don't be silent. Make sure you have to speak out. And I understand that sometimes victims do not have those confidence to speak it out because they believe others will not believe them. But I would say, please make sure you seek help from professionals, whatever psychologist or social worker or lawyer, to help you in some way to protect you from those unlawful activities. That's all I would like to say today. If you like this video, make sure you give us a thumb up, share this video to others, and subscribe our channel. Thank you. See you next time.